All right. Good afternoon. We are waiting for Johan to join. It looks like he got some technical issues. So he is there. And let's see what's going on here. Hmm. All right. On the right side, there's the chat. So if you want to say hi, it's nice for us to know you are here, you are following. Maybe you can drop shortly your name, company, and why you are interested in the. There he is, and why you are interested for the webinar. So feel free to send us a chat, and also drop any questions you have during our webinar. Drop them in the chat so we can answer them, or directly, or maybe at the end. Anyway, great that you are here. And Johan, you
Yes,
fixed it.
I fixed it. I don't know. I was in the link and I was there and saw nobody. I saw your letter, the T, and no screen. So, but I'm here and we are going to make something of this webinars.
Very good. All right. So again, welcome everybody joining this webinar. Great to see this much enthusiasm about both, I guess, Ergonode, but also what we're going to share with you today about Conflux, a new application which Memo, one of our valued partners from the Netherlands, developed specifically aimed at our Shopify ecosystem. But before we run into details and a short demo, maybe Johan, a short introduction from your side, who you are, because of course we go way back, but I think many in the webinar won't know at least who you are as a person. Maybe they know you by name, but let's do a short introduction, okay?
Maybe they know me by name. Maybe they know the company Memo. I'm Johan. Started in e-commerce in 2017. Started with Memo back then as a shopper partner, shopper specialist. We till I think 2020 we only did shopware. Helped a lot of companies get to know shopware, shopper 6 primarily.
Yeah, you
Then we
focused on the
adapted.
Dutch market and German market, right?
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
and in the meanwhile we have an international public, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, in 2020 we started with data connections. We used Alumio in that case for all data connections, connecting all platforms, connecting everything together, and um, yeah, built the company around that connections and shopware.
Yeah.
Till last year, then we rebranded to a digital agency, so more and more on product information management. That's why we came in contact with Ergonode, of course, with Tweakwise, with other partners that are active in the e-commerce to build the whole solution for the
Mm-hmm.
customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are doing that with a team of 10 people internationally. So we have some developers in Romania. We have developers here in the office, and yeah, me leading the bunch of developers. We're primarily a technical company, so we are
Yeah.
good in the technical solutions. We're in the technical realm with technical solutions, custom solutions, and we try to bring that to Shopify B2B primarily. And in this case, yeah, Ergonode with Shopify, I think it's a very powerful combination.
Yeah.
Really getting also the people that are starting with e-commerce, starting with a web shop, really on track, really fast with the PIM, because we really believe in the PIM. In that case, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because you also, of course, you have also clients with competitors of ours, so competing PIM solutions.
Yes.
And that's of course that's fine, because there's always a business case for or Ergonote or any other one. But of course, from personal level, since we are in contact a lot. I know you are becoming more and more a big fan, maybe one of our biggest fan of Ergonote. And so I think that's also what drove you to start the Conflux app, which we will do a short introduction later, right?
Yes, yes. Now I'm
Okay.
gonna remove the introduction slide I got prepared for next, but
Oh,
then
just put it in there. Just do it. Maybe let's see what's in there. Just push it.
no
Always
problem
good.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're going to start with a piece of product management on Ergonote.
Yes, okay, sure. As I already maybe shortly mentioned, I am responsible for at least the Dutch market, the Belgian market for Ergonotes, so doing partner management, partner enablement, also sales and marketing. So doing also a lot of things on my regions, but also personally more in contact with German agencies and potential customers. So also the German market is really zooming into Ergonote. That's really cool. Same for UK. So we see overall we see more and more traction on our services, and of course that's a good thing. And myself, I started joining Ergonote. I think it was already maybe 3.5 years ago, before I was an agency owner, and we did some Ergonote projects. And well, my agency was sold. Now I decided to do something else, and then Marcin, the CEO of Ergonote, asked me to join Ergonote, and that was at first I was like, no way, how 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 nice and how much fun could it be working for a software vendor? I always thought it was not so inspiring, but I have to say it's 180 degrees around. So I love it until today, and that's why I'm still there. And together with an amazing team, most of our production is based in Krakow in Poland, and but it's an amazing team with a lot of which keeps pushing all of the new features, and we conquer any boundaries we come across. So it's great, and I love it until today.
I
Um,
think I still remember getting introduced to Ergonote somewhere around 2020 Shopper Community Day, somewhere in the back office, really small,
I
really in the
know,
beginning.
probably me. Yeah. Okay. Let me show some slides here as well from Ergonote, because I don't know if everybody is up to speed on what Ergonote is about. Just doing it quickly. Over the last few months, we've been pushing because we see that people really understand this part, especially also our potential customers, is that we at Ergonote, we strongly believe that having a good product information management solution like Ergonote can really make the difference in your company's marketing strategy. And what we see is that today's challenge of a modern e-commerce business or a modern e-commerce landscape is that everything is going faster. It requires people to work smarter, to work more efficient, and also return on investments, or also return on AdWords sales, for example, is on a lot of pressure. And if you combine all that, it puts a challenge on marketing teams. And on the other hand, let's say more from the technical side or more the organizational part of businesses, data becomes more and more important, but it's also more and more fragmented across out the landscape of our clients. And they see that scaling data, so more products, more assortments, more languages, more sales channels, they see it's getting very time consuming to handle all the products improvement. And they see data inconsistency between all these different sales channels. So sales channels like point of sales, in-store, of course, e-commerce channels, marketplaces, offline catalogs like or Adobe InDesign software where we connect data feeds. And overall, companies spend a lot of time on data management instead of working on their strategy or working on their customer. And so that's why where PIM comes in. And this is where you see a typical company. So a lot of roles within the company. And what we also see is that all these people use different kinds of content and also work on different sales channels. And what that means is that basically why a PIM? Because we aim to centralize all of this data which people handle in one platform. So that could be supplier data, data coming from the ERP, marketing and SEO data, which is generated internally or externally by your agencies. Um, Specifications for products, which come from suppliers as well, or is also doing manually by the team, and of course media, photos, PDF files, any other forms of data storage. And we want to centralize this data, but more important, if data is centralized, we challenge our customers to work together on the total product completeness. So there's different roles in a company, and we onboarded the Kanban swim lane system, so where we have status, and this can and by doing this we have a visual workflow, so different roles, different people in one view they can see exactly where the product is at or what status it is at, instead of sending excels throughout the emails or doing chats. So this really gives a visual view on the progress and the quality of the data. After data is enriched and ready for your sales channels, on the left side we see data coming in. The black box is Ergonode, and but then most importantly, and also where we speaking about today, is how we enable data to go through sales channels. And on the bottom you see a part where we connect data to marketplaces, which also we see more and more not a one-on-one integration, but using data feed manager platforms like Channel or Channel Engine, very popular in the Dutch and Belgian market and in Germany. But more important, on above we see e-commerce platforms, e-commerce solutions, Shopify, PrestaShop, Magento, Shopware, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Adobe, and commerce tools. So this is the part where we're aiming today, and we see that depending, of course, on your digital maturity, the size of the company, budgets, that some customers struggle with bringing the content and making it dynamically, bringing the content to their sales channel. So today we specify on Shopify, and um, and that's where you come in, where we found a good solution. Next to this, Ergonode, we are recognized by the market. Also, very big one is the IDC PIM report, where we are mentioned as a major player. That's really an amazing compliment for us as a team. So we are very proud of this. We work for amazing brands, and also, as you see, we are growing across Europe. We have this is our partner mapping. So we are in the Benelux market. We are now going to 12 partners who start doing implementations of Ergonode. And that was a bit on Ergonode. So I think for today, going back to the Shopify part, because we also Ergonode ourselves, we do have an app where we can connect Shopify data, but that is mainly managed from the Ergonode part. And what we found out during many discussions with Shopify users or potential Shopify customers is that they prefer to manage these integrations from within Shopify. And since that is not something which we as a company focus on, so we focus on software development and we do not focus on apps apps development or plugin development, for example, for Shopware or Magento or any other platforms. We focus on delivering our software as best as we can. So during our conversations, Johan, and in your road becoming a larger Shopify partner, you said, this might be something which is interesting for me. Also, looking at your background, also, I think your love for integrations, you said, let me make a proof of concept. And that's maybe where it started. So maybe this is the time, the part where you take the wheel
where
and
I where I take the wheel. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
I remember it was like something a discussion of us and on a lead we had together. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to connect with Shopify and Ergonode, and you were like, yeah, okay, yeah, you can do something with imports and exports, and you can do something with from Ergonode. And we're like, nah, that's not the solution I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Then
So
of
because
course we
Shopify users tend to manage their solutions, integrations, apps from within Shopify. So that's the basic where we started off
Shopper,
our conversation. Yeah.
yeah, Shopper is very
Shopify.
Shopify, yeah, Shopify is Shopify. Yeah, you manage everything from within Shopify, and
Yeah.
as an agency, we saw the last few years we saw the headless approach, where now Shopify is becoming more and more the monolith e-commerce platform that does it all. You can do everything from within Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then, of course, we discussed, we looked into it together, and I was like, okay, let me try something. Started on an app, had a proof of concept, I think, in a few hours over the weekend, and we had a discussion like, okay, could work, this could be something. Put a developer online, working on it. Put a developer working on it this year, and since I think 1 month, 1.5 month, we have Conflux.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen now a bit on also where we go.
Yeah. And the app is
Here
already in the store, right? So it's available. It's approved by
it's in
Shopify.
the yeah, it's in the store. It's approved. There's a link later on in the
Yeah.
presentation. Also, Conflux. We have Conflux as a name because we do not want to go only with Ergonode. So we believe in an app that connects multiple platforms.
Mm-hmm.
As I already mentioned, we had this started after a case we did together with Ergonote Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
Started development in April this year, and we have a version 1.0 live now. We already have some plans, and we already have some basic improvements that we want to add to the app. But yeah, you never stop developing if you want to make it as good as possible. You know that as a software vendor, you want to improve, you want
Absolutely.
to expand, you want to create features. But for now, it's ready for the market. It's in the Shopify marketplace in the App Store already. If you look for Conflux, if you look for Ergonote, our name, you will find it. It's there already. Um, yeah, and we go to a demo. It's
Yeah.
very hands on. It's very simple. We made it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
will,
a quick question from my side. So
of course.
um, I think looking at the typical Shopify customer, I think we came to the conclusion that in the first stage, so in this first release, version one, as you said, we wanted to focus on features are which a single shop should use or could use, right? So with all looking at the basic features of Shopify, that means the meta fields, the templates, product templates. So we took a look at the basic Shopify features on product level and connected those to the Ergonote PIM, right?
Yeah. So what we indeed did, we focused on the first release, bringing features that Shopify and Ergonote both supported out of the box, and really will um, fast forward product information management for the smaller Shopify shops. Doesn't mean that the bigger shops wouldn't um, benefit from this, but
Yep.
we also know that we have to work on translations, which is a big issue for Shopify because
Yep.
the way Shopify works. So we know there's a version 1.5, 2. Maybe even 5.0. But
Yep.
for now, it's we're focusing on product information,
Yep.
getting the product information and all things so
Yep.
that product information will be at your PIM and not maintained in Ergonode, because we really believe in that part of e-commerce. Starting with a
Right.
PIM, starting with a simple setup, and then build it.
Okay. Well, let's dive into the demo then and see how it works in practice.
Yes, well, you know this screen, but this is of course Ergonode.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. It's our demo environment we have ourselves, so we don't have images, but
Yeah.
we have demo images
Yeah. This is
in Erg.
our, let's say, a product detail page within Ergonote, the
Yeah,
test product.
this is a test product. We have here a lot of products. Of course, we work with variants. It works with colors. It works with attributes.
Yeah.
To also support variants if it's set up in Ergonote in the right way. So
Mm-hmm.
we really went for the basic. Um, Use the software as it is intended to use. So work with variants in Ergonote. Bring them into the variants on Shopify.
Great.
Then on your settings, there's the API settings, of course, the API keys.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few here, but if we kind of set, here's
Yeah.
where you,
An API
uh,
key is required to connect the Ergonote platform to the Shopify instance.
yes,
So that
and
is
you
the
determine the
protocol
segments.
which distributes data between the PIM platform and the Shopify environment.
Yes,
Okay.
and here is also where you determine the segments. So what data are you going to communicate to Ergonote? So if
Yeah.
you have multiple Shopify instances, this can work. If you have different segments in Ergonote, you can then determine what data is going to what Shopify shop.
Amazing.
We already set it up, of course, so I'm not. I'm leaving this. I'm
Yeah.
going back to my products, to my catalog, so we can do, and then we have a Shopify product. This is the same product on Shopify,
Mm-hmm.
but first, of course, we are going to the Conflux app.
Yeah.
Conflux, I've already set up this environment just to go through it relatively fast.
Yeah.
If I go too fast, let me know. If there are questions, just ask them directly when we're discussing the topic. That makes it easy to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can hit me up after um, if there are questions afterwards. So if we go to settings, that's the main part. That's where you start, of course, with the Ergonote URL and the API key. We just saw how you created an API key. You can test your connection. Here you can force a full sync if you want to, and you can sync it right away.
Yeah.
Basically, if you set the connection to enabled the first time, it will start communicating the products from Ergonote to um, Shopify. Well,
Yeah.
of course, we have a log, so you can see what's happening. And there's a version now. We didn't do it. We didn't deploy it yet, but we have a download, so you can download the log to your PC. If it's very big, you can
Yeah.
search for things easier on your own machine. So we made a download button there, but
Yeah.
here you can already see there's a message compare at price. Well, that's not that's not an error, but it's a warning.
Yeah.
Um, and there is the product that is synced. Well, of
Yeah.
course, this was a test because, well, it's a demo. We know demos. We don't want to do anything to go wrong, so we tested it up front.
Good.
Um, and then we have the product mapping. This is the most important part. So from Shopify, you have access to all your attributes that you have in um, Ergonote. Of course, we have on top we have a platform. So if you want to connect other um, systems in the future, you could also connect there. But in this case, we only have Ergonode and we have a language. So which language in Ergonode do you need to use to fill your Shopify shop? You can have
Yeah.
a different Shopify shop in different country. You can set it up here. Then we go to the basic fields. We try to fill in the fields like the way Shopify has them arranged. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go from this screen um, in the products real quickly and we see a product, it's the same with the title and the description,
Yeah.
then the media, then the meta
Meta
fields
fields.
on the status, the publication, so the collections as a type and templates.
Yeah.
We try
Really smart.
to have that same setup in our connector, so it's almost at the same points.
I have to say, for a developing company, it's really pretty smart to work on the UI.
Well, we are in luck. Shopper has a good development kit that provides this UI, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, of course, we developed integrations for 5 years now. We I dare to say we know what an integration is asking for and what you need and what the basics are for an integration. Of course,
Yeah.
every company has his specifics, and the larger companies has its specifics, but on the base it's all the same. It's all the same connection. It's all the same data. Only the name is sometimes different. That's why you have to map it. So the one company is calling it title, the other one is calling it name, the other one. So that's why you have to map it, and we can't automatically map it because that would be the awesome thing. Of course, just fill it in and go. Um, in all these mappings, you can click it. You can have a field here. Um, you have the track inventory, yes, no fields, all the fields and the meta fields. So the meta fields and the variant meta fields, you can also connect them to your Ergonode
Mm-hmm.
attributes. Sorry.
Yeah.
This makes sure that you have all attributes mapped.
Yeah. And if
Even
I
if
leave one out, so if I don't map a specific meta field, then it's skipped, or it's
it won't be filled, it won't be changed in um, it won't be changed in Shopify because it's not mapped, so it
yeah.
doesn't know where to put the data.
Okay.
If I go to my settings in Shopify and I go to my meta fields, my product meta fields, you see them here. If I make a new one, oh, and I select the text because that's the easy one, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I save it. I go back um, to my product mapping, and you will see
And it's there.
that it's there, and
Yeah.
you can map it, and you can force a full sync to the and
Yeah.
everything will be synced. Everything will be
Yeah.
updated after that.
We don't see
All
the pop-ups of the select boxes because that's something has to do with screen sharing, but there's
oh, sorry.
pop yeah, but there's a pop-up here which shows the Ergonote fields to which you can
All
connect.
yeah, all Ergonode fields. So my next part would be that I would create a attribute in Ergonode
Yeah.
and then show um, it's there in Shopify, but yeah, well, no, the pop-up not showing. That makes it a bit hard to show it, of course.
Yeah.
But also, if you go to Ergonode and you go to your product design attributes and you add an attribute here,
Yeah.
it will pop up directly here. Oh, sorry, no, you have to go to your product mapping again because it's loading all the attributes then real time, and you can map it directly and you can force a full sync.
Great.
So
All
that's
right.
all as real time as possible.
Okay.
The Conflux app itself is set up to synchronize every 4 hours. So every 4 hours, changes will be communicated. So we're
Hmm.
not doing a full product sync, but we are looking at the change date in Ergonode. If it's changed after the last sync, it will update again. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. And
Yeah.
if we
Can you zoom into the feature of the theme template? What it does?
yeah, the theme template. So in a product, you can set a page. So
Hmm.
that's on a theme, and you can say, okay, we only have one in this demo, but you can say, okay, this product has to have that template, and
Yeah,
this is you can
like
connect
the
that to
layout in the
a
front end. Yeah,
yes. So you
of
can change the
Shopify.
layout. The people familiar with Shopify
Hmm.
know that in the web shop on the templates you can create another way of showing your products, and you can also map that in um, Ergonode, and then make a field for it,
Yeah.
connect it, and you can arrange that from Ergonode. Also on tags, tags, people knowing Shopify knows that a lot of category assignment or collections, as Shopify knows them,
Hmm.
uh, calls them, um, determine the way it's shown in the front end. So what category is there, and what page should I show it on? So you can say, okay, I wanna do not wanna fill it. I want to use the categories on Ergonode. There's on Ergonode you have the categories like a category tree.
Yeah.
You can assign that, and it will be a tag. So you can build the category tree the way you have it in Ergonode, and then assign it through the tags with them automatically assigned. Or you can
Okay.
say, okay, I have it categories, but I also want the tags field to
Oh,
synchronize, or only use the tags field. So you have the flexibility to determine your own tags here.
yeah, amazing. Because it's a really also strong feature how you indeed build up your collections within Shopify, and that way you can connect your product categorization from the PIM system to the of Shopify collection setup. That's
Yes,
amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
So that way, also publishing. So if you have a field in um, Ergonode where you have your sales channels, you can set it through publishing. So
Yeah.
in our products, we have a, a field that is publishing. There we have the names of the sales channels, and those will be communicated
Yeah.
to
And would you
Shopify
be able
also to determine.
to make a change now in the PIM system so that people see it's sent from the PIM to the Shopify instance?
I don't know. It's a demo. Huh? We never make.
That's why I'm asking. I'm just challenging the setup. So
Yeah,
maybe
no.
the description, the title, or the image, because
We
it's
can do
maybe.
this on this model. We have this model with a price, and we have a release date. We have a resolution. Well, okay, this isn't a 4K resolution, but it's a
HD,
1080p.
yeah, HD,
And we have, in this case, we have 30 gigabytes of RAM. Well, also the nice thing of Ergonote, of course, with the green fields, you can see what changed.
yeah. Can you change the image?
And we have the wireless. Yes, but images take some bit longer because of the rate limiter of Ergonote.
All right.
So I will
Okay.
change it after with this one, and then we
Yeah.
can discuss a bit further, and we will
Okay. It's a good point you
wait a bit.
mentioned there because I think a lot of first-time Shopify developing agencies they forget about these rate limits, but you have taken also our rate limits into account and also the Shopify rate limits.
Yeah, so everything's done through Shopify. So it's a
Hmm.
Shopify app. So we are not that much limited by the Shopify rate limit, but in this case, we were limited by the images. Our app was going too fast for Ergonote to get all the images. Um, and so we have to take that into consideration. So we take it into batches now, and then put it on Shopify, and then assign it to a product. Just first download it,
Yeah.
that's a bit technical. First download it and then assign it to a product.
Yeah.
um, so we have this product, the 606. I will go into this product. Yeah, of course, Shopify. I will go into this product, search it in Shopify, so we can see um, the attributes there. It's there,
4K.
resolution 4K. And there's another RAM,
Yep.
everything. So what I can do now is in Conflux, my settings, I can say,
Mhm.
okay, sync it now. The sync started. Also here, it's gone, but you saw a really
Yeah, it's
fast
pretty
pop up.
fast. Yeah.
Here it is. An Ergonode synchronization is running, so you have it. Buttons, so you can't uh, flood the waiting list, and the log is there. Um, you can see it's okay. It is started, so you have the confirmation. It's started. It's in the waiting list. It's not finished yet, and there's no errors. Let me see if I can change it. You can see
Finished.
it's done. This took about 20 seconds. Of course, there's a waiting list, so of course we have to do we have to queue it. You can see again this product. I could not find compare ad price because that's not in the product, and could not find the tags.
Yep.
But now if we go to that same product again, we can see it has a refresh rate which has 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it has a 1080p resolution, not a 4K anymore.
And that's the magic.
And that's the magic.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the magic that's happening. So
Okay.
it's updating automatically every 4 hours. So as you can see in your in this log file already,
Yep.
we set it up yesterday. It runs at 5. It runs at 9. It runs at 1. So it
Yep.
runs every 4 hours. But if you need a quick update, like okay, the price isn't right, I need to change this price. You don't have to do that in um, Shopify.
Yep.
You
That's
can
pretty
do it
cool.
where it's supposed to be done, and that is in your PIM. Because yeah, again, we really believe in this. So if I say okay, this it's Black Friday, we do it for 99.99. We save that change.
Yep.
Also on the image, I don't know if we have an image here where I can
Yeah. A picture of you.
picture of me.
Yeah.
People don't want to see that. Um, detach the image, and I add an image. I will look into upload file,
Yeah.
products. So as you can see, it's all in folders for
Yeah.
every product. So if we upload it, it will be in the products folder, but it will be then based on SKU another folder with the images there.
Mm-hmm.
I just click one.
Yeah.
I have a nice necklace there.
Ooh. Good.
Yes.
Good thing with the Christmas holidays coming up. So.
Yeah. Don't. I know Maud is in this meeting, so maybe.
Hey, good question. Are there any questions from the audience up to now? Um,
It's
please
very
feel
quiet.
free
So
to drop them in the chat. Okay. I see there's one question. Someone's asking if the connection to Ergonode is a one-way or a two-way integration.
it's a one-way integration. So it's always from Ergonode to Shopify
Mm-hmm.
because you have a single point of truth. In our opinion, in our thought, and in our experience, you always want to determine one single point of truth. And on product data, it's your PIM. PIM
Yeah.
has your product data. So
Yeah.
you never want someone to mess around in Shopify and then overwrite your PIM data, because then your PIM data is getting corrupted. So we believe in the PIM is where your product information lives, gets edited and gets changed. Um, and if somebody does that at Shopify, it will be overwritten.
Yeah, so we have one single source of truth. That's
Yeah.
really strong because that's also what we believe in, of course. And I see a follow-up question from the same listener, is that if they what do we do with an existing Shopify instance? So if I have, he said, I have product data, how do I make sure not all is overwritten and my original data is lost? Do you have a solution for this?
Yeah, we when we do a first sync, we search for product numbers. So I will leave this for now. I changed the image, but I leave it
Yeah.
for now for away.
Mm-hmm.
So in the product, we use the SKU
Yep.
here, and we fill that, and we match that with the SKU field in um,
Yep. Within
Ergonode.
Ergonode. Okay.
If those two match up, it will be mapped together. So it will be added that, and in the future, so in future things, there is a field, and I don't know if we can see it here, um, but we have, I think it's in definitions. No, we have a meta field, and that meta field is set by the app, and there's a mapping there with an
Ah,
ID.
okay.
So in the future, if you change the SKU after in the first sync, they have to be the same. After that, you can change it, and it will be determined on IDs.
Yep. Okay. And same user, slowly can I slowly build up the integration? I think he's meaning field by field to make sure everything works. So could I
Field
start
by
with, for example, the title and the description, and then add a meta field, and then if it's well, another meta field, and again another meta field. So by slowly building up the Conflux integration.
Yeah, you can do that. So
Okay,
that's not a problem. So
good one.
you can just start with your title and your price, for example, and then you should say, okay, yeah, we have the product. I think
Yeah,
title and price is the only two mandatory fields in Shopify.
yeah.
You have to have them
Okay.
to talk to the API.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay, good. And there's another
but yeah,
question.
furthermore, you can do it just as you wish,
Okay, I see another question.
of course.
Are you able to handle multi-store environments or Shopify Plus environments? Because we have
Not yet.
Shopify Markets and Shopify Plus.
Yeah, you have multi-stores. We are able to feed multiple Shopify instances from one Ergonode
Mm-hmm.
through the segments, through the
Yeah,
API segments. So in the system, you can set your segment that the API key can read.
yeah, exactly.
So that's how we can make, but a multi-store, not yet.
Okay, all right.
Oh wait,
And
I think you can do that, but I have to figure it out because we didn't take it into consideration, but
yeah,
we
of course, this
could
is
do
version
a.
one, so it's on the roadmap, I guess. Yeah.
It's a version one, but I think you could do it right now because you have the publication with multiple
Ah,
web shops, so
yeah.
you can do it in those web shops. If they are in the sales
Sales
channels,
channels.
you can map it there. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe create some sort of sales channels attribute on Ergonote so you can match it,
Yes.
or use the API key. Of course, it could be also an option. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I see one more. If what's on the roadmap? So this is version one. What do you foresee in the future?
Of course, languages. So we want to support multi languages. Only that has a big impact on our development and on the way the app is working.
Yeah.
But that's because the way Shopify implemented the languages.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's one. Of course, taxonomies. So the category here, the set categories already by um, Shopify.
Yeah.
We can map it now, so we have a version ready for release where we can set that category. It's already in our Ergonode. If we go to the catalog and we go to a product,
Mm-hmm.
we go way down. We already have the. I thought we had the taxonomy here. Um, Maybe this is not a good
Mm.
not a
But
good example. Here it
yeah.
is. Taxonomy select. So you can already set this.
Yeah.
But you have to have a field Ergonode for it, because we can't communicate it by now, because that's always determined by the way it's working. So if you
Yeah.
create a field on Ergonode where the taxonomy is set, you can synchronize it in a future release. So I think that will be somewhere
Okay. Amazing.
in the near future. Yes.
Okay. Hey, and then coming to the for the also an important part. So what about free to try or final app pricing? So can you share something about that?
Yeah. At this point, you have a trial period, so that's not a problem. I think it's a 14-day trial period, so you can try it. You can do it just via the store. You can download it, you can try it, and then after that, it will be €50 a month,
Okay,
a
50
monthly
euros per
fee
month.
for this.
Very reasonable
Uh,
price.
yeah, I think so too. If we
Yeah.
look into the futures, in the future, one of the things, for example, multi-language will be maybe a tier pricing, or multiple shops will be tier pricing. We were thinking about that. First focus was to get it to the market, to
Mm-hmm.
get the option in together with Ergonote to make this app work, and to make this. Yeah, I think a very powerful combination between Shopify and Ergonote,
Yeah.
really also kickstarting e-commerce companies in their product management.
Yeah, great. Well, I know of course, some of the first clients are from the Dutch market, and they are really enthusiastic about how Conflux helps them to connect Shopify to Ergonote. So I think you are on the right path here. Um, I don't see any other questions. So unless you have something to add to this webinar, Johan, from Ergonote side, I would like to thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
for having me.
of course, and let's hope if we can grow your customer base on the Conflux app. So and of course, it's the more customers you have, the more features probably Conflux will have. So it's also in Ergono's
That's
benefit that you become successful with this app. Um,
yes.
Thanks for the
That's of
audience
course
for
why
joining,
we did it. Yeah,
and
thank you.
we speak soon and another time. And thank you again.
Yeah, if
Bye.
there are any questions, feel free to reach out. And
Absolutely.
also, if you want a more in-depth demo of Ergonote, and of course of the app, feel free to reach out. And
Yeah. And I see the elephant collection in the back. So are you missing some specific models or?
still waiting for an Ergonote model, but
Good one. Okay, I'll take this one to marketing.
yeah,
Thanks
take
again,
it to
Johan, and
marketing.
speak to you next time.
I talk to you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.